I just wanted to get it over and done with. That was the main feeling. After the crash last year, I had to put my big boy pants on and come out here. Honestly, the altitude is a killer. Basically, the general summary we've got of the last couple of days is I'm unfit and I don't like pedalling. Obviously, I couldn't really push to get away from people because I couldn't pedal. We'll give it a go. So me, Sarah and Blake left on Sunday after me and Josh had finished coaching. 2 stopovers. Excuse me, can you pop your compressor off? We're trying to do an interview. These 2 retrobates arrived here after flying, so they've been in a bar from 2 p.m. They're 5 beers deep.
And 1 shot.
At altitude, plus a shot. So as you can see, I mean the altitude, I'd say the altitude adds 40% alcohol. So you've had 10 beers and a shot basically. That's bad maths, that's not correct, but you know what I'm saying, they're hammered. So basically I wasn't sure whether I was registered for the race. We've just come up to organise a Sun Tours pit ahead of tomorrow when the guys arrive. Got a nice spot there ready to go. And then gone and asked if I'm registered. There was a little bit of up in the airness about it after the crash last year, which you can see here where I wrapped myself up real good. I kind of vowed I'd never do this again. But riding for Sun Tour, this is in my contract, so I had to put my big boy pants on and come out here. Turns out I am entered, I do have to race. We're also going to give the dual slalom a go tomorrow, and we're going to give no chain a go, because I won the no chain last year, so we'll give it a go. So this morning we've had a bit of bike set up, got my nice purple haze on the trail bike. I think I've only ridden this bike once. Waiting for a stem from Renthal to arrive so that I can get my Pro Taper bars on. So I have to do the first day with these. I'm hoping they arrive today because we've got the dual slalom this afternoon, so fingers crossed. I'm so used to those Pro Taper bars now, which are a 25mm rise, and these are a 38mm rise that I was using previous years, so hopefully I can get them on today. So I'm going to go out for a setup lap with Josh now. Sun Tours just arrived, so they're going to do the pits. Me and Josh are going to go ride most of the quality track, not the very top of it, but we're going to go and get into the quality track, bring some tools so we can do a bit of bike setup, and then this afternoon we've got the duel, so let's go ease into the first day. Honestly, the altitude is a killer. I've done one run downhill and I'm fucked. Yeah, the left lane's quicker for sure, but I would imagine we'll all qualify on the same lane, you would think. And then I would imagine in the heats you just both do a lane, so yeah, it's good fun. We could do without this headwind that's slowing it right down. I just don't like pedalling, do I? Basically, the general summary we've got of the last couple of days is I'm unfit and I don't like pedalling. Hey ho. are at the bottom of the gondola. It's Thursday morning. It's 7:58. The lift's due to open at 7:30, but typical France time, probably having a fag break. So it was running for a while, now it's just totally stopped. So Josh is going to come up and we're heading up the glacier for the first time. Apparently there's loads of snow this year, so we're going to go and check it out. We're going to do a full lap from the top down to Allemond, which is the full mega track. We're going to go back up from there to the top of the quali track and check out the top of the quali. Again, apparently there's quite a bit of snow up there, so it's going to be really tough this year for the quali, because if there's soft rutted patches of snow, it's really going to break it up. So did some setup work on the bike yesterday when we did the dual and got the Pro Taper bars on. Ended up having to go and buy a stem because the rental one isn't here, so got myself a 45mm stem on the large Madonna, which feels pretty nice, feels fairly similar to my downhill bike. Front end might be a bit low after doing the dual yesterday, so the only thing I might do this morning is I might lift the front end 5mm with some spaces under the stem. But yeah, other than that, we're just going to go out and have some fun. The sun's shining, it's a bit chilly. It's going to be obviously pretty cold on the snow, but yeah, when the sun's shining, it's a good day. Cool, so there's a bit of snow up here. Obviously last year and the year before conditions weren't very favourable. Last year there was quite a bit of snow, but it was too hot. Year before there wasn't any snow, whereas this year it's fucking freezing. Get out of my space. Alright mate! Found the only heater in Alpe D'Huez.
Thawing out a little bit.
It's so fucking
I'm just really slow because it's so cold.
I spent an hour and a half here last year before the race. Like, we were all just in here and I just wouldn't give up the heater. I was just like...
And it stinks of shit.
Oh, you get past that. I've been in here 2 or 3 minutes now and I can't smell it, whereas when you walk in you're like... Ugh! It honestly smells so bad. Oh, that is well done. Then the gravel stops.
So here we are with a pro rider reading. Jack, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Are you ready for the race tomorrow? The qualify.
I'm not sure. I don't know. That's my honest answer. It's really hard, the qualifier, and I've got some good riders in my heat, so just going to do what I can.
You like ice cream here in Alpe D'Huez?
Ice cream?
Yeah.
Ice cream anywhere.
And pizza?
Not pizza, but ice cream and pizza are always best in Italy.
I am Italian, and it's really strange the pizza here in Alpe D'Huez, but for sure a mix of glacier, bike park, rocky section, and ice cream and pizza is nice.
Always, always.
Say ciao to your friends.
Ciao, friends.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Remember to hold tight. Hold tight. Ben going down in front, isn't he? Is he racing Ben? Is he racing Ben? Hold tight.
Bike wash was a little bit busy last night, so just had to give the bikes a bit of wash this morning. Down this last minute prep and it's all good to go.
That was so hard.
Worse than you remember.
No, round about where I expected it to be. Absolutely disgusting. It's because you can't warm up. So you go straight into a hard effort that lasts for 15 minutes with no warm up. And then the problem was, Liam was so far ahead I couldn't catch him, but I was getting hunted. So I was like a lamb in the slaughter, just like. Oh my god.
So I think there's three major things that are important for performing at the Megavalanche. First one, you have to have a good quali. You need to be on that front row. Second one is be fast on the snow. You've got to be fast on the glacier to then get off and get away from everybody else and away from the carnage. Third one, which unfortunately I don't have, is you have to be super fit in terms of cross country. You can't just be punchy power like I am as a downhiller. You've got to be able to sustain power output. Let's go and have a word with Liam, who's just won the quali heat that I was in. Liam's done well at this race a few times. He podiumed last year, and I think he podiumed the year before as well. So let's go and ask Liam. Let's see what he thinks are the three important things to perform well at the Megavalanche.
Alright, so I'm here with Liam Moynihan, my SR Sunto fellow rider who won our qualifying heat today. Well done, mate. Absolutely bossed it.
Yeah, good racing.
As I've already said, my three things that I think are important to go well at the Megavalanche. Liam's had podiums here before, second last year. Liam, what three things do you think are really important to perform at this race?
Probably similar to what you've said, but obviously doing a good qualifying run is critical because you get a front row start on the final. It's pretty difficult to do well in the final race without a front row start.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't know if you've experienced that.
No, not yet.
Yeah, thankfully I haven't either. But it's carnage enough as it is without being behind people. I think keeping your bike together actually is important because, I mean, there's been a few years. There was one year Damien and Hugo. Was that last year? Yeah. The first couple of guys both got punctures and wrecked their wheels.
Maybe in the year before.
Yeah,
actually.
it might have been 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
So keeping your bike together, just like riding sensibly. I mean, we talked about it today, like riding down the section where you'd got a puncture in practice. Just be gentle on the pedals and don't break your bike.
Yep, absolutely.
And then I guess fitness is
Huge.
It's kind of a nasty cross country race, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a gnarly cross country race more than it is
I've
downhill.
got a horrible
so.
memory from 2 years ago, sitting around fifth on the cross country section here when Liam and two other guys just came past me like I'd never ridden a bike before, just in a cross country train. If you've not got the legs, you've got no chance. So cheers, mate.
Yeah,
have a good
cheers.
one on Sunday.
You too.
Nice one.
I just wanted to get it over and done with. That was the main feeling. We got the news last night that we weren't going from the top of the glacier, which to be honest, I was happier with that. Get down without any dramas and just try and have a solid one. I had a solid start and I was 5th going into the first corner. Even though I was A letter, it was because it's a smaller start area up there. I wasn't actually like the very front row. And then off the first 2 snow patches at the end of the second snow patch, I'd kind of gone up and down the places, but by there I was still in the top 10. I got passed by a couple of people on that top fire road on the way to the gondola, just so I was fucked. And then saw Liam, shout out to Liam who was in my quali heat, who you've seen earlier in the video. He had a huge crash just in front of me. There was like two or three riders between us, and I saw him have a big one, so I hope Liam's okay. I've not spoke to him yet. And then my chain came off, so I was like, right, my chain's off. I've got a long section now down to the mid station at the gondola where I don't really need to pedal. I had a guy in front of me but wasn't close enough to hold me up, so I just decided to until I needed to stop to put the chain on, I just keep going. So just rode everything solid, tick the boxes. Obviously I couldn't really like push to get away from people because I couldn't pedal, so I rode as fast as I could through that downhill stuff. Come on, come on, no. But then when I stopped to put the chain on, like 5 or 6 people came around me, and then that wasn't far from the actual main climb, and I just got fucking smoked up there. I had nothing, so I think I lost another like 5 or 6 spots, maybe more. And I remember lower down in the woods where I was starting to like tick people off again and starting to get past people in the technical stuff where they were all just like crashing and slipping around everywhere, and I was just kind of going through their insides. I was in a queue of about 8 riders and I didn't want to bunch up right behind because then you're riding at their speed, so I was left myself a little bit of room to just mind my own business. But then the guy who was holding up that queue of riders, there must have been about 8 of us, he stopped and let people pass, but because I was like, I'd given myself room, he pulled out in front of me. So as you can see from the GoPro, I got pretty annoyed. It's actually one of my pals, so I didn't realise at the time, but he was struggling on the technical stuff, really strong on the pedals, and pulled out in front of me again, and then we went up a little bit, and then he washed the front on some roots, and like there was nothing I could do. Like, I've obviously seen him after the race and we've had a laugh about it, but I basically just kind of, my shin like smashed into him a little bit as I went past. There was nothing I could do on that ground, couldn't stop. And then from there just kind of held off the guys behind me, but while getting round him, the gang of like 6 or 7 riders in front of me had gone. There was nothing I could do with them. So I think from like 8th to me in 17th, it was only about 20 or 30 seconds. So if my chain hadn't come off, maybe I'd have got a top 10, but conditions were nuts. Like, it was so muddy at the bottom, I had my foot off in every single corner just to be safe. All in all, because especially considering what happened last year, happy to get a top 20 and fastest Brit, I think fastest downhiller, which is always something I don't want to get beat by any other out and out downhillers. So just ultimately just don't have that kind of fitness. On the short punchy climbs I'm fine, and I even made one overtake on one of the short punchy climbs, but as soon as it gets any longer than like 15 or 20 seconds, I just drop off a cliff, and those guys then just keep charging. So yeah, another mega done. It was sick to have a week with SSM Tour. We've loved that, and it's been great hanging out in the tech booth with those guys, and Josh seeing what's going on, and you know, shout out to them for looking after us and everyone else. And yeah, it's been good. Another Megavalanche ticked off, and this time I'm walking away with my health and no whiplash, so that's nice. Got a week at home, and then we go to Whistler for Chad's wedding and Crankworks, so can't wait to see my fucking downhill bike, man. Like, I honestly don't get a right lot from riding an enduro bike. It's not my thing at all, and yeah, I can't wait to get home and put my nice purple hairs back on the downhill bike and get out this Wednesday for a coaching day. So yeah.
I can hear them coming, riding up the road. Can't you hear the drumming? They're coming for my soul, oh yeah. I can hear them calling for my head. You have to wait a little longer.
Crashing and slipping around everywhere, and I was just kind of going through their insides. Going up their insides. It just sounds rude, that, doesn't it? I tried to say it twice and it just sounds wrong. So yeah, I was going up people's insides, and